Ivanka Trump may take after her dad in politics, but when it comes to her personal life, she's the complete opposite.
Are you nervous? I'm terrified. I'm excited.
While Donald Trump was known for changing partners and making headlines with his affairs, Ivanka has been happily married to Jared Kushner for 15 years, raising 3 kids and embracing her role as a dedicated family woman. Talk about picture perfect.
You negotiated this and beat out the competitors while you were how many months pregnant?
9 months pregnant with Joseph.
Before they became involved in politics during Donald's presidency, Ivanka and Jared were successful in their own right.
The amount of work that we've accomplished in a very short period of time is just remarkable. And that's where our focus is. That's where our priorities.
Ivanka started out as a model before heading off to the University of Pennsylvania and later joining her dad's company. You might also remember her from The Apprentice, where she showed off her business chops as one of the judges. Plus, she even launched her own design brand. What a Renaissance woman.
My father very famously said, if you're going to dream anyway, you might as well dream big.
As for Jared, he's a New Jersey native who became a real estate mogul and the publisher of the New York Observer after graduating from Harvard. A true power couple, right?
The way I look at it is that it's all about accomplishing the objective.
Now let's rewind a bit and talk about how this dynamic duo first got together, because their love story is a pretty sweet one. Ivanka and Jared were both 25 when they were set up by friends for what was supposed to be a business lunch to talk real estate.
When we started dating, I told her that if I wasn't so attracted to her, she'd just be my best friend. And
little did their friends know, they'd end up hitting it off in a whole different way. Ivanka told Vogue in 2015, "They very innocently set us up thinking that our only interest in one another would be transactional." She laughed about it, saying, "Whenever we see them, we're like, the best deal we ever made."
So we're very, very proud of that.
Now, before they got engaged, Ivanka made a huge change in her life for love. She converted from Presbyterian to Judaism. Since Jared comes from an Orthodox Jewish family, Ivanka really took her conversion to heart. It wasn't just a formality for her. It was a meaningful commitment that reflected her deep feelings for Jared.
It's one of his acts of love. He brings me coffee every morning in bed while I read the newspapers. And
in an interview with Vogue, Ivanka opened up about how she and Jared are pretty observant when it comes to their faith. They keep kosher and follow the Sabbath, which means no tech from Friday night to Saturday night. Wow, a true digital detox. Ivanka called her conversion to Judaism a very intimate thing for us, and said it was such a great life decision. She's found the perfect balance between being modern and traditional, and for her, Judaism has given their family an amazing blueprint for staying connected. Clearly, it was a decision that means a lot to her.
Track record of supporting and advocating for Jewish people and for Israel is unimpeachable.
The couple made it official on October 25, 2009, with a big wedding at the Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster, New Jersey. And of course, Ivanka wore a stunning Vera Wang gown. Oh, what a glamorous event. The guest list included her dad, Donald Trump, and even Regis Philbin, who performed at the reception. Classy, right? A few years later, they started building their family. Their first child, Arabella Rose, was born on July 17, 2011. Then, on October 14, 2013, they welcomed their son, Joseph Frederick. Their youngest son, Theodore James, arrived on March 27, 2016. It's safe to say they've got their hands full.
And it's really fun as a parent to watch them interact with each other.
Ivanka has been open about her experience with motherhood and how she's learned to go with the flow.
With Arabella, I was very nervous, as any first-time mom is, about dropping her, about everything.
Yeah.
About will she ever sleep through the night.
Sound familiar to any parents out there? By the time Joseph and Theodore came along, though, she said she had relaxed a lot more.
With Theodore, I'm much more relaxed because I realize this really special moment is so fleeting. So I'm much more present when I'm with him.
When her dad took office in 2017, Ivanka packed up the family and moved to D.C. to support his administration. Both she and Jared stepped into senior advisor roles, even hitting the campaign trail with Donald in 2016 and speaking at the Republican National Convention.
How could somebody successfully win the presidency who had never been engaged in politics? And my father did that, and Jared was instrumental in helping his campaign succeed.
It was a wild ride, but once it wrapped up, They headed for a quieter life in Surfside, Florida, a little town just south of Miami with only 6,000 people, perfect for keeping things low-key.
It's just life. It's just life.
According to a friend of Jared's who spoke to People in April 2022, they're really just settling into normal life and really enjoying it. Ivanka has picked up some new hobbies like surfing, golfing, and tennis. Meanwhile, Jared has been focused on a new entrepreneurial venture.
We were always involved in each other's business and knew what was going on, but working together has given me an even greater appreciation for just how effective she is.
But the best part? They're finally spending more time with their kids.
And I am very vehemently against family separation.
The friend explained, Jared's spending a lot more time with his family because over the last 4 years that was something neither of them could do as much as they wanted to. Jared has even said, the nice thing about Miami is the moment you stop working, you're on vacation. Sounds pretty sweet, right?
I am driven, first and foremost, by my kids and their happiness. So that's always going to be my top priority. And
as for their relationship with Donald, well, it's definitely changed since their days in the White House. According to the same source, they only visit Mar-a-Lago, Donald's Florida home, every few weeks. It's definitely less than in their time in the White House, where they would see him every single day. It seems like they're enjoying this new chapter of their lives, focusing more on family and less on politics.
And you have to figure out how to move all the pieces to make it the life you want to live.
Despite their retreat from the political scene, the couple hasn't entirely escaped the headlines. In February 2023, both Ivanka and Jared were subpoenaed as part of a federal investigation into the January 6th Capitol riots. They had already been questioned by a House committee about that day, which later recommended charges against Donald. But it seems like they're doing their best to move on from that chapter and focus on their life in Florida.
I am not focused on politics. I'm focused on our business.
All in all, it seems like Ivanka and Jared are fully embracing the quieter life, far away from the nonstop hustle of DC politics.
So Theo, what are we doing now?
Finishing the puzzle.
How long have we worked on this for?
3 days, 4 days.
We put a lot of time in?
Yes.
Have we had fun?
Yes.
How does that feel?
Good.
How do we do?
Good.
Wait, let's do the handshake.
They've swapped out campaign rallies for quality family time, and honestly, after the chaos of the last few years, who could blame them? But what do you think? Was it the right move for them to step back from politics and focus on family life? Let us know.